Thank you for joining. Apologies for the delay and interruption in the broadcasting, but I must say that the past couple of weeks have been really hectic. First, we had the launching of our masterclass in Spanish, and I needed to use this time to prepare. Um, I have my master classes and I have to go through a lot of preparations before a launching. We are a team and then we have to work many things out, meditation also. And the week after, I have been having a construction going on here in the house. There was a lot of noise. And now we are finally getting to the fifth and last class to create this. I might do an extra one because I haven't finished mine, but it's not to teach you something new. It would be more about repeating what we have done a little bit. If you want to accompany me, let me know here in the comments so I can keep doing these lives. Well, this is so far what we have been working on. We are going to be working today about the center, completing this section. And I think I'm going to do some work over here in this area. Okay. And with that, I think we're through with these lessons. And maybe, who knows, I will invite you to another session later on to see if we can finish. I haven't finished mine, so let's see how it goes. Let me post here. Let me just do this. Yeah, there we go. So what is the plan today? I just want to leave this in here so you can watch it later. I'm thinking, I don't know if you remember that we did, let me just pick a skewer. So we did, let me see, this section, but we were working layers over layers, so I might have an extra layer here. And to do that, we could go for, let me see, we could go for a super light purple. We could either go for a super light purple or we could finish it with a gold. But I was thinking that maybe, yeah, I think gold is gonna be better, but let's try. Yeah, I want to use all the colors. That's my problem, that I want to keep using as many colors as possible. So I was maybe wondering if I could, yeah, this tone is even like, let me see, it's even lighter. Let me show you. I think we could take it from there to see if we could add. These are new paints my husband just brought. He doesn't know much about paints, but I was happy to see he was willing to buy more bottles of paint. So yeah, my intention would be to make an extra layer. There's my cat coming over. And let me see. This is like a lighter color. See, we could do like an extra layer. We were working a little bit different, like creating just a tiny dot here. This is gonna be, it's gonna look like a nail, and I was showing here in the past lessons oh my god, my cat just did a mess. Just 1 second. I don't know why every time I'm doing these lives in English something goes on. Now it's my cat. The other day it was just my camera that kept falling. So I was thinking maybe just doing something like this, and let me just recall the different ways of doing sushis on top of sushis. If you remember, if you look back in the lessons, we had this big petal that is gold color, and inside we placed this not so light purple, and you can see that we left like a frame here to do a swoosh over a swoosh. In this occasion, we're swooshing differently. I am adding actually a dot that covers the whole body of the previous swoosh. However, it's like nails, see? Nails. So we are going just to put this down. Same thing here, just to add this extra, but I cover the below part, but I don't cover the top part, where what would be the head of the swoosh. I don't do it, just do this. So in the end, what I'm gonna get as a result of all this is just a layer on top of a layer, and you will get to see some sort of shading. Just 1 second, because I need to open the door for the cat. Okay, come. Copy. She's so scared. There we go. So in the center, it would basically be this. I was thinking maybe about doing something different here. I love turquoise and green. I wanted to give it also, the center, we need to wait for the center to dry before we actually do something else. This yellow section, you know, when I paint, I like skipping like 1 or 2 layers. Maybe we could do something in here, but now my feeling is that I need to go for some, maybe something turquoise in here, probably. Or something turquoise in here, then green here, but then turquoise and green, so it's gonna be too greenish in this section. I'm just, you know, just putting my thoughts here, sharing them out loud with you. I think I'm going just to, I'm having second thoughts about something here. I'm gonna use some gold color. I'm adding a medium flow. I am thinking that I could make here like a, it's not gonna be quite noticeable because gold with yellow. See, I'm going to bring the camera closer just to share this a little bit with you. Hi guys, thank you for joining. Still working on the center of the mandala. This is supposed to be, this is the last class, but I am thinking maybe because I haven't gotten the time to sit and finish the mandala, the whole thing. So I might invite you to extra lives just to finish the whole thing. It's gonna be a little bit repetitive, but I think sometimes it's cool to be together. So when we have a triangle, when we have these more geometric shapes, normally what we do is just to make a dot, a big dot that, let's say, covers the top part of the triangle and the base. And then normally we can add like 2 tiny dots to the right and to the left. See? The center we need to wait a little. So I am just adding 2 dots to the right and 2 dots to the left. So it might not be very noticeable from because yellow and gold, they are a little bit similar, but still you can see. See, it's gonna have an extra shine in here. Yeah, I don't want to leave the mandala unfinished. This is, of course, just an idea. I've seen there are some students of the master class who have done amazing jobs, and they have done like their own version. And honestly, sometimes I think it's even better than this one. But it's good that we can get inspired by others. So now I think I'm much more clear about what I want. Maybe, for example, I have here purple and I have green here. So I might do an exchange of colors here that I think would look nice. I am even thinking something a little bit crazy. We could do here, let me think, like a swoosh. And let's let it dry for 1 second. Just a swoosh like this. And I'm gonna do the same here. It has to be like a straight line. Think about the center, something that comes here. Just, I'm gonna clean the pointy part. See, and we could do something cool, like if we waited for it to dry, maybe we could add some I'm having ideas here in the middle, so I'm just sharing with you those ideas. Yeah. So yeah, this is actually, I was telling the people who joined before, this is actually the last class for this project. However, my mandala is unfinished. Maybe, and this is the only time that I honestly have to paint with you, so I was maybe thinking that if, you know, I could go over this area, could go over the other, even if it is a little bit repetitive, maybe a couple of more sessions. I'm gonna be here anyway next week, painting these for you and for me. So I was thinking of doing, I'm waiting for this to dry, but what about using these colors here and the purples over here? And of course I just painted this gold part, but my idea would be to place on top some purple tiny swooshes. So I'm gonna make this, let me get this green color. I have a light, I could do this greener. I have, this is the color that I used for this button, for this background. And what I'm going to do is just to change a little bit. So this is my palette. This is the color. But I might want to do some like one swoosh and maybe a couple of swooshes here, or do some dotting. Let me see how it goes. I am thinking that maybe I need this color and a lighter version of this color. So this is olive like pistachio, and I think I have a lighter version of this color, but I am not sure I have enough. So what I can do is actually add some yellow. Let me get some yellow. I'm gonna add medium here. I really want to show you even the insecurities. I'm okay with it. The decisions I make, second thoughts, because we all do have them. Anybody telling you like they don't have second thoughts while painting and creating art is just not telling you the truth. We all have a lot of insecurities, and we'll deal with them while we are painting our mandalas. And this is also how we get empowered when we do overcome these insecurities. I think I'm gonna go for this green. Maybe it's very different. The other way to go around, but I don't have, let me see, would be adding yellow to this color. This could be another way to go. Let's see. And this paint is, I must confess that I've bought so many paints that some of them are not working anymore. They have been there like for 2 years. I haven't used them because I think I overdid it a little. What would happen if I just mixed these two? This is another thing that I really do encourage my students doing. Like, try to do, for example, this could be cool to do color transitions. See, from one color to the other. So now I'm just gonna place the palette here and I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. So I did this. I had dark purple and very light purple here, but now I don't want that anymore. So how do I handle that situation? We can just, I'm gonna place one dot on top of the other one, and then I drag the paint, and see, it's gonna look like I had never done something on top of it. See, because I think now I had this idea just because I wanted to give it some contrast with this color. See, with this one. So we can do this. If you ever, some people have asked me like, you see, how do you fix mixed mistakes? This isn't a mistake, but today I have different emotions probably than the emotions that I had the day I was painting this, and I wanted to look different today. So this is not a mistake, but let's say I want to make the adjustment. If you look at this close, this effect is a little bit crazy in the sense of it looks, you can look at it as a petal, and on top of the petal there is a swoosh or a swoop, or there is a hole here and there are two triangles. See, there are many ways to look at this. It depends on you. And that's why I always tell people, like, keep your eyes open, because there are possibilities are infinite. See, you could have these two different views, like, which one do you prefer? Right? Which one do you like better? And this is so just because I'm using the same color that I used here. It's a different perspective. There are people also who can see something else. And that's why it's important not only to do the mandala, but also to observe it and to find different perspectives. That's another way of meditation, like, see? So you can look at it in different ways. I could actually leave it there because I kind of like this idea of this being like some sort of window. But on the other hand, I really enjoy, I might make a dot here. I was thinking about this color transition. You know what, like, I'm gonna make something crazy, like, I'm going to be disruptive a little bit over this area, and it's fine. This is a green color that is very light to me, so I'm thinking that I'm going to do something different. See, some people also ask me, like, do I have to sit and create the whole mandala just in one day? No, but it's always important that we feel different every day. So one day, for example, when I taught this section, I didn't have this idea that I am having right now. See? So people who created this, they might find out, like, oh my God, this lady is a little bit crazy, because now she told me to do this and now she's changing everything. So I was thinking maybe on doing inside or by the border the same color that I used here, but on top of the purple, maybe 2 dots of this same green color. See, same thing here, 1 and 2. I am becoming a little bit repetitive here, but honestly I really would like to finish the mandala with you guys if possible, because my day is like, every morning my husband takes the kids to school and I am going straight to start either recording my classes or editing, sometimes both simultaneously. So this is like the only time that I actually have to paint these mandalas. I had promised, and I'm not gonna be able to give the promise, to do them and bring them ready. What I might do is just few more sessions, but just to finish the mandala. See? I am doing this mandala also in Portuguese and in Spanish. So I am keeping different colors for these mandalas, different color palettes, and I really would like to show later the other color palettes. See, and then if you recall, we built up like a color that is the mix. We blended this pistache with this green that is much lighter. So I am doing another 2 dots. I'm trying to make them smaller than the previous 2 dots, and something is try to keep the distance so it looks as how can I say, as symmetric as possible. So see, trying, and I get to see how much space I have left for the top dot. See, so this helps transitioning. Can you see this color is like midway, this one? Yeah. So you also sometimes I was discussing in the other class that this mandala can be done as we're doing, like multicolors, or you could just create it in black background, make the sketch, and then just dot on top. It's like up to you. Doing it this way, of course, is much more time consuming, but we do get to practice other techniques apart from dotting. And sometimes I think I love dotting. I just think that sometimes it's pretty cool to try something different, something that actually would bring you new ideas. Because sometimes we do keep repeating the same routine over and over, doing the same things over and over the same. And at some point we get to feel stuck. See? So to finish now, I'm going to be using, look, I'm just loading the tool with just little paint and maybe trying to fix a couple of tiny dots here. So you can see a little bit of the, shading. The secret to do that with the skewer is controlling how much paint you load in the tool and the pressure, of course, against the surface. And when this dries out, either we can do this color. There are many options. I mean, there are so many possibilities. And of course, you can do your own version of this mandala. Don't feel obliged to use my colors or use yours, you know. Feel free to do this. See, tiny, then just maybe this. I think I have one left. I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes I start doing something and I really don't like it, and as I move forward, I start liking it. So yeah, this is how so far this looks like. What else could we do? Let's make just one Let's give it a try at something. I could just place this color here and then just drag the paint, but the bottom isn't dried yet. So it gives a different perspective. I could not do this in all. I could leave this one just like that, just for the fun of. This is doable when we're working something in pair numbers. When we're working in even numbers, if you can break like the number in by 3 or something, you could play with those sequences. See, depending on the even number you got. See, this is just for the fun of it. Let me see. This one, I skipped this one. I skipped this one. Let me see. I think I did. Oh, I did 2 in a row here. That's why I made a mistake. So now I have to do this in all. If you're trying to do, you're working on numbers, pair numbers, and you missed, you're skipping one, and all of a sudden you make a mistake. It's like this. You gotta do this in all. So it's gonna look different from what I was doing before, but I think it looks nice. See, it gives like a special shine. And I am not fully covering the whole swoosh. I am just covering the bottom. And this is like a nail, like this part of the nail. See, I'm leaving some part of the pistache in the head. And as we keep adding dots, I think it's gonna look really great. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe this part has dried out, the center. So, and I have here some left of the lilac color. So I could just take some white and make this even lighter, closer to white. See, this is like a baby lilac color, and I think now you can see we have gold, we have dark purple. Let me see. Oops, sorry. We have. It's the shading is starting to become more noticeable. So let's add an extra layer here. The bigger your petal, the more swooshes you can do on the inside. See, let me clean better. Sometimes, for example, here I just loaded the tool with just so little paint. So see, I'm adding an extra layer. So I might use for the rest just the pointy part, load the tool with a lot of paint and just go on like this. Now I have used gold and 1, 2, 3, 4 tones of purple here. And as you keep adding layers, you will get texture. You gain texture here. So see, I am just leaving a little bit of the top and just covering the whole thing. And then you get this effect. If we kept going, for example, next one we could even do it lighter or we could just leave it like that and add just white, and it's gonna look great. Or we could just leave it like this, see? So we were talking about purple, some purple thing here. I am just going to use a different skewer. There are some skewers that have really a super thin. See? It's really thin, so this could do the work. So what about, I'm going to be maybe mixing with a little bit of this magenta first and go to purple. See, I'm having second thoughts all the time. Like I really want to use all the colors. Let me go for a darker purple maybe, or because what I was trying to do was a contrast between this and this, but I'm thinking maybe magenta. I saw magenta and all of the sudden thought it was gonna be a good thing to do. So I will do inside the tiny swoosh. See, I'm loading the tool with just little paint, and then I drag to the center. This is the one stroke. We could actually do the same, like leave just a little bit of the nail and just drag the paint and cover the whole thing. That's another way to go. Just adding. Yeah, I'm having many second thoughts here. I think today. Oops, I even got this one painted. We will retouch it later with a gold color. I see, my problem is I love all the colors, and I see the colors, I want to use them all, and my head starts imagining and simulating with colors here. I am getting these guys painted. I need to do this, and that's fine. I mean, I don't know if this happens to you, but it's happening to me today, like having second thoughts on what paint to use, what colors. This isn't dry enough, so I'm gonna have to add the paint and drag it, but smoothly. See, just to keep a different thing going on here. See, I think it's looking really cool. I like it. There we go. I need to keep a track on time because sometimes I just get going, and so I think for today what I'm going to do is just to finish this section. And I know I said this was going to be the last class, but I got really carried away. Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? Dotting is really cool. So I was thinking of maybe doing some swooshes here, but this paint is good, but it's a little bit too creamy for swooshing. So let me see if I we could do then the opposite, like, see, this paint is really liquid now. I made a horrible mistake here. What to do with that? Then I'm gonna take one outliner and I'm gonna drag the paint outside. Maybe just gonna take this, like a cotton swab. And I'm going to paint this section back. See, I meant to use some purple here, but I was thinking maybe of doing, I really don't want to make a regular swoosh, or maybe something like this, but it's a tiny space to do something like that. Let's try, let me see what to do. Because I have, see, I didn't just want to do something normal, just maybe like this, see? This is nicer. It's like a tiny swoosh, but I wanted it to look like a swamp maybe. So I am just going to load the paint here, and I'm going to do a head and I finish here. Wanted to do something maybe a little bit different. So more or less at this, by the 1, 2, 3, 4th dot, 1, 2, 3, 4th, I place a dot, I go up, do a curve, and then like a letter S. See? Just to do something a little bit different. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I do a curve and go to the center. This one, maybe I can fix the curve like this. This curve, the point is really, how can I say, is really tinier, so that allows me to do this. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, then I go up and do like a letter S. I think, honestly, to do this, I think we gotta forget, we cannot think much about the shape, I would say, about it being too perfect. And I think it's gonna look nice. Actually, it looks like a symbol, not sure about the Celtic symbol travel, the symbol of travel, probably. I have to check. See, this is something a little bit different. I am thinking actually, for example, see, this is my mind going crazy. What about this? So it's not that out of place. Because I was going to use purple. But then I saw magenta, and this really, also it looked like ovaries, right? Doesn't it look like ovaries? Maybe it's a call for the female energy. I must check to what this resembles. Yeah, maybe it's confidence on the feminine energy or something like that. A call for confidence on female energy. It looks like an uterus, I think. This is why it is important sometimes not to control what we're doing. Just let go. because this is actually a call of the, to me, this is a call of the subconscious trying to say something. Either that I probably should be, I went to the doctor already, or feminine power, or the first thought that I actually had was related to the symbol of traveling. I think the Celtic, I might be wrong, I gotta check, see, but yeah. So what else, what to do, what could we do here? It's not what I planned for, but maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, probably, just to use this paint. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, and I have a missing dot here. I added magenta, but I might add a tiny golden dot. Yeah, probably I will do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I think it's for me also time to go pick up my kids. I think I'm gonna be here next Wednesday, if you like, and we can keep on finishing this mandala by all means, because I really would like to finish these petals, the star, these parts here. I think could be nice finishing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I ended up not at all how I thought it would be, to be very honest with you. But I saw the magenta and it sort of called me. I think, for example, the to make sense to me, I will add this magenta dot in the middle. I might add extra layers, of course, because then it makes much more sense with all this magenta I felt of blazing in here. So I'm gonna be adding like extra layers here in the center. Yeah, so we can keep painting next week. See? Not sure if, yeah, I think it came out totally different from what I really planned for. I have to check why I felt more like magenta, because I was very sure that I would use, and why I did this symbol. I gotta check with myself a conversation about what was going on with me today, because to me this looks like an uterus, so female power probably. A little bit of that. So let me see. Well, thank you. At some point there was nobody, but I always leave these videos because there are people watching. Then after I'm gone, 200, 500, 800 people watch. So we have different time zones. I really don't want to put it up because I see there are like dots with, but it looks like this. So I thought it was gonna be last day to be working on this mandala, but I think I will keep on till I finish it. Listen, I'm always doing the lives and I always invite you to participate in our study programs. Let me show you. Next week we're going to be releasing enrollment for the solstice. March the 20th. We're gonna have another portal, a very important portal to manifesting. So far, I have 3 people who have bought their own houses. There are other people manifesting something interesting. And for those who are not students of the master class but are willing to study numerology, sacred geometry, and mandalas, we have the karma program. This is the karma number 1 section. And once you are part of the group, you can study karma number 2. This is dependency. We're using a special archetype here that is the moon, that does not shine without the sun. So if you want to join the class in English, I'm gonna leave here below the first link to enroll for karma number 1. See? So you can go study and participate in our study group session. And then once you're done with karma number 1, you go with karma number 2. All these classes are pre-recorded. You can watch them whenever you want. You have lifetime access and 7 days guarantee. If you buy the class, you don't like it, we return the money for you. See? Ai, hello, tudo bem? A gente se vê agora mais tarde. So I wish you a happy week and I will see you next week in here. Today we have the class in Portuguese with my ladies in Brazil and in Portugal and anywhere in the world where there's Brazilian people or people from Portugal. So lots of love. See you next week because I think I want to finish here live. I cannot. Unfortunately, I'm really busy. So welcome to our, if you want to join our classes, next week I'm going to be announcing the solstice group for March. And we're going to be visualizing, meditating, doing mandalas, a really nice mandala. And we have the ongoing karma study group. You can join. Lots of love. Love you. Muito obrigada, gente, por estar aqui. A gente se vê à noite. Bye, bye.